Students, I have had three gap and the gain conversations in the last couple of days, and I really want to coach parents on what this means. Please share this with your kids. Please adopt this mentality. If you don't know what the gap and the gain is, the gap and the gain is not my creation. It's a book that I read from a guy named Dan Sullivan and Ben Hardy. It's an amazing book. You should read it. You should get it. And basically teaches the concept of how to measure yourself. When we as achievers measure where we are, we have the tendency of measuring forward. We have this goal, this thing that we want to accomplish, and we see where we are, we see where we want to be, and what we feel and see is a gap. And typically when we see that gap and feel that gap, we feel disappointed, discouraged, all those bad negative feelings. The opposite is being in the gain, measuring yourself backwards. So for example, looking at not where I want to be, but looking backwards, like look how far I've come. So here's been the conversation. The dad came to me the other day, his son, for our black belt, you have 5 stripe tests to pass in order to earn black belt. And for the last 1 year, this young man has been stuck, not able to pass any of his stripe tests. In this cycle, he's done amazing. He's earned 4 of them. And the last one, he was struggling. He's been pushing, he's been trying really hard, but it was pretty clear to everybody he wasn't gonna be able to pass. And so the dad said, Master Ali, how do I coach my son? How do I help him deal with the disappointment? And I said, sounds like you need a lesson in the gap and the gain. And here's the mentality. You've passed 4 stripes and you failed the last stripe. You didn't get black belt this time. And you could be extremely disappointed. Oh man, I didn't get my 5th stripe. I didn't get my black belt this time. I've been at this for a whole year. And then you're gonna be in the gap. That's gap thinking. And you're gonna feel disappointed, discouraged, and maybe unmotivated to keep on going. And if you, the parent, feel that, you're gonna throw that to your kid too. And they're gonna feel your disappointment is gonna feel icky to everybody. The alternative is to be in the gain. Let's look at it a different way. Look at where you've started. For 1 year, every cycle, no stripes passed, no stripes passed, no stripes passed, no stripes passed. This cycle, 4 stripes, you passed the blue and the green and the red and you passed them all. And that last stripe, you made so much progress. Look how far you've come. When you're in the gain like that, you feel appreciation, gratitude, a sense of accomplishment, because you're not measuring forward, you're measuring backward. And this is a really powerful concept because it teaches us how to coach ourselves when we don't get what we want, when we think we deserve it, or when we think we've worked really hard to get it. How do we coach ourselves to keep moving forward? We get in the game. And when we feel bad about where we are and what we're doing, typically we can stop and remember, oh, I'm in the gap right now. That's gap thinking. I'm measuring forward, let me measure backward. Let me feel gratitude and appreciation. So how do you coach your kid to keep on moving forward? Teach them to be in the game and not in the gap.